Good morning to all. Today we discussed about right to water for food production under Indian legal system. Here we concentrate on policy options that states have to fulfill the right to food in how far access to water resources is necessary to accomplish this aim. Right to food is fundamental right. Right to food is fundamental right. Under our constitution, under Article 21, the Supreme Court in various cases held that right to food is a fundamental right, even though there is explicitly shows our constitution the right to food is a fundamental right. The right to water, being a fundamental human right, signifies a universal right. This means every individual is entitled to it. Water is essential for every form of life. That is, means of livelihood is also a considered basic right. Means of livelihood means it is a basic need to secure food, basic need to secure food. In Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation, the Supreme Court held that right to means of livelihood is also a fundamental right. By this thing way, I consider right to water is also basic right or fundamental right. In India, the right to water has been secured as a basic human appropriate by Indian appropriate. Supreme Court of India held that right of life ensured under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution is include the right to water. This paper inspects whether right to water restricted only to drinking or domestic purposes, or the right to water should include water for livelihood. So water environmental needs, water is a environmental needs, and water for socio-cultural needs. This paper discussed on whether our right is limited to only drinking or domestic use, or our right extend to other uses of the water, for example for agriculture or for other agricultural production or for the industrial production. It is a basic need of the human being. By that vocation or by that work, he gain something for their livelihood. Therefore, water is a basic for their life or their life. The means of livelihood. It's a fundamental right. All already discussed about it. In major cases, the various high courts and supreme courts declared that right to means of livelihood considered as a fundamental right. Water is fundamental importance for agricultural production, as no food can be produced without uh, access to water. Overall, sufficient water resources have to be allocated for agricultural production. However, food can easily be transported from regions with high water availability to those with low water availability. Apart from access to land in general and soil fertility in particular, access to water resource is a decisive factor in determining the possibility of agricultural production in a given region as well as its outcome and success. It means the the food may grow in the area of highly available water, but and it can transport to the drought area, say water scarcity area. Therefore, water is not important factor in agricultural field. It's a some statements, but in case of poverty, it is not possible. In the developing countries, the agriculture need water. Without water, farmers cannot produce a food, and that agricultural produce is a means of their life. Therefore, it must be a fundamental right to them. In other cases, in rich countries or well advanced countries, they can transport or transportation make transportation of foods from one area to another area. They can import from other countries also, but developing countries cannot. Recognition of right to water. In Indian case, it is Indian case. How to what extent the people of India have right to water as a fundamental right. Here we distinguish only two aspects. First is water is for domestic purpose, that is human consumption, and water is for other purposes. Other purposes means it is for other than domestic consumption. Domestic consumption covers only water used by a person, that is for the drinking or cook or for their bathing or for washing, etc. But other purposes is it may be used for the fruit production, like they may use it in their factories, they may use it in their garments, they may use it in their agricultural field, they may use in their vocation. It is other uses, but they can gain something by using water. This is very essential. Uh, water is also essential to maintain healthy ecosystem. It is very important because without maintenance of the clean water, the ecosystem will become so polluted. The pollution of ecosystem causes so many hazards to the people. In this way, the water is very essential to other purposes also. Many activities that enhance livelihood security, including small scale farming, gardening, watering livestock, as well as micro enterprises, example, laundry services, small scale manufacturing, such as brick making and pottery, require access to water. Here, right, recognition of water means only only the domestic purpose and the consumption purpose. Consumption purpose means only drinking. Our legal system provide fundamental right to drinking only, drinking of water, water to drink, but not to other use. Other use, the government did not give the protection for the other use of the water. Domestic basic needs includes water for drinking, cook, bathing, etc. Whether agricultural production is considered as a basic need is our question. Today's discussion is on this because without agricultural production, no person can live because food is produced by agriculture. Here, only one option before us is the transportation of food from highly irrigated area to the drought area or water scarce area. But total production is diminished or minimal, or then uh, it is a problem. It's a it create a food problem to all the world. Therefore, the water is a essential element for food production, and whether right to water of farmers are a basic right. On this, on the light of this idea, it must be a basic right of the farmer. Otherwise, they can't produce water without. They can't produce food without interruption. Agriculture is the largest water user worldwide, accounting for 70% of total freshwater withdrawals on average, but these amounts can reach as much as 95% in some developing countries. Agriculture sector consumes about 89% of total water use in India. Agriculture and allied sectors like forestry or fisheries or any other area amounted to 13.7% of GDP in 2013 and employed 50% of workforce. It is of most importance of focus on improving water use efficiently in agriculture in the interest of water security. Its proper management would require the involvement of number of stakeholders, principal among them being the farmers. Let us thinking for right to water in India. The status of right to water, extent of right to water available to people. First of all, constitutional recognition. It is constitutional protection to access water. As, as a result of judicial decisions, the right to water is part of fundamental right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution. Here, we discuss the extent of right. To what extent it is it supports the life. Drinking of water is a very essential, as well as food is also essential. In this context, we discuss the right to water in India. There are a number of judicial pronouncements which make the fundamental right to water as part of fundamental right to life. The Supreme Court of India in Subhash Kumar case held that the right to life is fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution and it includes the right of enjoyment of pollution-free water and air for full enjoyment of life. The fundamental right to water has various duties upon the state and impose both negative as well as positive obligations on the state and on other hand the state is required to take positive measures to ensure progressive realization of fundamental right to water as per article 141 of the constitution declared by the Supreme Court is the law of the land and all other courts in the country are bound by it. Thus, the fundamental right to water has become the law of the land and therefore the government as well as other courts are bound to respect, enforce and implement it. Here, in our constitution, there is no explicit right to water, but judicial interpretation shows that it means in various cases, Supreme Court and various high courts held that right to life in itself includes right to water. Therefore, right to water is fundamental right under Article 21. But what is the scope of the right is very important. Right to water, whether limited to this fundamental right to water, limited to only consumption of water. It is domestic use. Domestic use means for drinking or for cooking or bathing or their livestock or in case of rich people, it amounts to the swimming pool. It's situated in home. But in case of poor, that water you may use in their production of their livelihood. Here, the extent of right is critical. We discussed the extent of water right. So, the Supreme Court or other courts held that only right to water is a fundamental right, the basic right. They did not interpret it only for drinking or not, but our discussion is extend to the area of basic necessity of the right to water. Statutory recognition. In India, water rights are connected to land ownership. In case of agriculture, that right is limited to land ownership, which means only landowner can draw water from nearest water source. This essentially means that landowners have right to extract water through wells on their lands. Also, they are encouraged to collect rainwater on their land. The Supreme Court and High Court's judgments envisages a universal right to water. Therefore, denial of water supply to anyone on the basis of any reason whatsoever would be a blatant violation of the fundamental right to water. Even though the National Water Policy 2012 did not recognize right to water explicitly, it has recognized the priority of water for basic needs in context of water allocation. Here, we have some doubt about the what is basic need. Whether basic need is limited to consumption of water in body, for example, drinking, bathing, or cooking, or it can extend to all other basic necessities of the people. That is for agricultural production or any other production through which they can gain something for their life, which support the life. Various aspects and issues of rights such as a riparian rights, easement rights, property rights, natural rights, prescriptive rights, and fundamental rights have evolved, emerged, and developed from the water law cases. The Easement Acts 1882 has been applied in many cases dealing with water law in order to come up with the rights of individuals. Riparian owners. Riparian owners means is owners on the bank or the water source or near the water source. They have right to draw water from water source from nearest water source. The riparian owners. They are called riparian owners. Having regard to the use of water by riparian owners, the law states that the upper riparian owner could direct the water by any method provided that he did not materially injure the right of the lower riparian owner. He can withdraw water, but that action should not affect the another riparian owner or adjacent to the river or water source. In Fisher versus Secretary of State case, a case was filed under the provisions of the Easement Act 1882. The court ruled that the government had the power to regulate in public interest the collection, restriction, and distribution of water of river and streams flowing in natural channels or in natural constructed works, provided that do not thereby inflict sensible injury to any other riparian owners and diminish the supply that they have traditionally utilized. The government can regulate the collection, retention, and distribution of water for irrigation, and it is the duty of government to compensate in the event of damage. It means the government can regulate the use of water for other purposes. But in case of drinking, government is compelled to give the water to person who needs the water, but for other purpose it is not. International law and policy for the in relation to the water right. The human right to water is well recognized under international law, particularly under international human rights law. A number of core international human rights treaties such as Convention of Right of the Child 1989, Article 24, Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women 1979, Article 14, and the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability 2006, Article 28, explicitly mention the right to water. India is a party to human rights treaties that endorse the right to water. Here, all human rights are not fundamental rights, but some human rights are placed in the Part 4 of the Constitution. It is considered as a directive principle. It imposes a obligation on state to provide water, depending on the availability of the water. Here, our Constitution did not recognize a right to water for agriculture as a fundamental right, but our Supreme Court or High Courts till today not did not recognize the right to water for agriculture as a fundamental right. In the above discussed points, we conclude as follows. Indian legal system recognizes only right to water for drinking as a fundamental right. Other uses are not considered as a fundamental right, which is depending on the availability of the water. The state may provide or may not provide. In various states, various laws are enacted for the purpose of providing water or distribution of water for other purposes. Judicial activism has been very much the hallmark of a number of cases, and the concept of rights has changed from mere riparian right to easement rights, natural rights, and fundamental rights. The legal recognition of the right to water in India is a partial, as a it stops it formally recognizing the right. The nature and scope of right to water is still in an evolving stage. Even though the Constitution and various laws recognizes right to water explicitly or implicitly, the laws are by and large silent on the detailed contents of the right to water. There are many other instruments, both legally binding and non-legal binding, that provide guidance on the scope of the right to water. Various aspects of right to water thus have to be derived from the existing legal and policy sources such as case laws and rules and norms of the specific programs of the different departments working on water. It is to be noted that most of these instruments are framed by the central government. In terms of water, basic needs includes drinking, bathing, hygienic, and cooking, and other domestic uses. There are they are treated as a fundamental rights. Additionally, basic needs may also include the needs of livestock. Water, along with the basic needs of water, is important for meeting livelihood needs. Most of Indian population is depending on land and water to meet their livelihood needs. Hence, at least in the rural areas, there should be a guaranteed access to at least a certain minimum quantity of water for various types of livelihood purposes. This